welcome to BYU Hawaii Online. My name is Mike Griffiths. I'm currently Director of the Online Department here at BYU Hawaii, and I look forward to serving you with online classes. And this video is just to show you how you can apply and get started. And if you need any extra help, we have support personnel who can help you through. You can see the email addresses on the website, and also there is a live support button on the website if there is somebody here at that time. So we welcome you, and let's get started and show you how to use the website. Our website is online.byuh.edu. If you're a distance student, an international student wanting to take our classes, or just a student on the mainland in the US or Canada or another English-speaking place who wishes to take online classes, but you're not an on-campus student, then you click on Online Only Students. That will take you to this page. On this page we show you basic information about the program, hopefully simplified so you can understand it and so that you know what you're getting yourself into and the costs and about the classes before you apply. Notice there are dates here on the right hand side, and this is the current dates for the semester that's about to start. So at this time we're about to start the summer term, and then it tells you the dates. June the 6th classes start, June the 20th classes end, and then it shows you the first term, which is the next term, and this has the dates showing you by what time you have to complete the English test, by what date you have to select your classes, by which date you have to pay for classes, by which date the classes start and the classes end. So this is all the information you need to know about the current term or semester and the next term or semester. On this site, if you put your mouse over any of these boxes, you will see some explanations, some details. This one is about the cost, this one is about the workload, this one is about the classes, and then you can click on the buttons themselves and you'll be taken to more details. So this is details about the actual classes. And the details about the classes tell you the name of the class, its title, how much work per week is involved, and how many credits in terms of US degrees. Because in the USA, classes are measured in terms of credit hours. Most classes are going to be 1, 2, 3, or at a maximum 4 credit hours. For example, the EIL classes are mostly 12 hours per week and 4 credit hours. This shows you how many credit hours you can earn for university. You notice some of them say 0 credit hours. This just means that you cannot earn university credit from these classes. So these classes with 0 credit hours are to help you prepare for university, but they do not give you actual university credit to transfer into your degree. Click on the home button to get back to this page. So like I said, you can click on these buttons to get extra information. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the cost. Presently, the standard cost for US and Canadian students is $50 per credit. This means that a 2 credit hour class will cost $100 and a 3 credit hour class will cost $150 in US currency. But for all the other international countries, there is a reduced cost based on scholarships, and it depends on the country. And this has been decided based on the economic conditions of your country. And so international students pay anything between $10, $20 or $35 per credit. The poorest countries, according to world statistics, pay $10 per credit, up to $35 per credit, and then $50 per credit for USA and Canada. If If you would like to know the exact cost for your country, you can email us a question and we will tell you. Also, once you start applying, as you put in your information and determine your country, it will show you the cost per credit. Another important aspect is the English test. If English is not your first language, then you must take an English test. And when you take this English test, we will determine your English ability and tell you which classes you're able to take. I'm going to click on that tab. And this actually shows you the English test. In the English test, first you will read an article, and this is the article you will download, this PDF file. And you will also watch a video. And you can either watch it by clicking on this link, or you can download a smaller version by clicking on this link. In fact, if you right-click on this link and save link as, then you can download that file, and then you can play it. After you have read the essay and have watched the video, the next part is to actually write an essay. You must choose one of the two topics, and then write an essay that is at least half of one page. You must save your document as a .doc or a .txt, something we can read. When you are finished, you will be pasting your essay into an email, and you send it to this email address, byuhenglish@gmail.com. Make sure you put your name at the top of the essay, and also it would be best if you finish both the essay and the video before you send the email, so you can send them together. The next part will be speaking in a video. You will use your webcam or a digital camera to record a video, and it must be at least 3 minutes long. You are better not to read your answers. If you read your answers, you will get a low score. We want to see you speaking English without reading. You should look into the camera and answer the questions without reading if possible. If you have to read, then you will have a low score. You should take 60 seconds, up to 60 seconds to answer each of the 4 questions. So you must answer all the questions. Answer question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you send us the video. Now there are 4 different ways you can send it. If you have a very small file, then you can just send it in an attachment in the email to the same email address. Or you can create a YouTube account, if you're allowed to in your country, and upload your file, and then send us the URL link, the web address of your video in an email. Or you can use this system, mailview.com. I'm going to show you that, and you use the email address to send to, the same email address. And there's another one to do it, which is ijot.com. And you create yourself an account, and then you can create a video and again send it to this same email address. So you can find whichever one of these 4 ways work for you. Actually, I can't show you because I don't have a webcam on this particular computer. And that's the English test. You must do that by the date that it tells you for the next term. You must also read the other information about technology, because you need a good computer, you need pretty good internet speed, you need a webcam with a microphone or a digital camera, and then you need to also understand about semesters and terms. Because in US universities, they have normally 2 semesters in a year. What they call a winter semester that starts in January and runs for 14 weeks, and what they call a fall, which is autumn semester, which starts midway through September and runs into December. Then, in the middle, in the summertime, some universities have a summer semester, and some universities have terms. At BYU Hawaii, starting in 2012, they will have 2 terms in the summertime. One starts in April, and the other one will start probably in July, and there will be a 5-week gap between the 2. So actually there will be a winter semester, a spring term, a 5-week break, then what they call first term, then fall semester. If you are taking EIL classes, they only run them for 14 weeks. So you can start EIL classes at the beginning of January for 14 weeks. They also run them at what they call summer term for 14 weeks, or in full semester for 14 weeks. That's specifically for EIL classes. Once you understand all this information, and also if you are an ITEP teacher, and you'll know what that means if you are, then you click on this link, it will tell you information about what to do. If you are a returning student, you can click on this button to log in. There are some frequently asked questions about our program that you can look at here. And we really want you to understand the honor code, because this is a program of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and you will be required to abide by the honor code, which is explained on this page. This is generally that you must be a good person and have good standards, the standards that are lived by members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And also, we have this menu item here for information about specific countries. We'll be adding information about different countries, and you should recognize your country here. Right now we have one menu item for Mongolia, and we will soon be adding one for China and other countries. When you are ready to apply, once you understand this information, click the Apply tab. If you are a returning student, then you simply log in with your email address and password that you used before. If you have forgotten your password, then you're going to click on Reset Your Password. If you are a new student, then you click on Create a New Account. You're going to put in your email address. So I've created a new one on Gmail for this. You type in a password. You type in your password again. And you click Create Account. Now you'll start the application process. And the first page is to put in your personal information. Now, first name in America means the name that people call you. So for me, this is Michael, or Mike. So I'm going to put in Mike. You only have to put in a middle name if you have one, or if you have two names, you can put them here. That's okay, if you would like to write it like that. Your last name is your family name, or your surname. So this one is your surname, family name. Maiden name is your family name or surname before you were married. In some countries this might not apply. In Western Europe and in America, when a woman is married, she then takes on the surname of her husband. So this is the surname she used to have before she was married, if this is a married person and if it applies. Don't worry about it if it does not apply. Your gender is male or female. Your home address. This is where you live, and this is important to tell us the right information. So I'm going to put in, just for this exercise, I'm going to put in China. I'm going to confirm it again to make sure I've got the right country. And then I'm going to put in my address. This will be different depending on your country. However you do your address, make sure it is complete. So if we have to write to you, we can and identify it. And anything else you need, and the city you live in, and your postal code or zip code, if there is one. Different countries have different ways. And if you live any state or particular province, you can put it here, or you can just make sure it's complete in the address. In America, they have very specific ways of doing states. In most cases, your mailing address is the same as your home address. So the home address is where you live, and mailing address is where you receive letters, and this is normally the same. If it's the same, just click here, and it will copy the information for you. Now select whether you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, or other. If you are LDS, then you must put in your ward and your stake or district. We need to know the name of your bishop or branch president. their phone number. We need to do this because we have to verify sometimes that you are truly members of the church, and this is how we do it. So, and also if they have an email address, it's a lot simpler. When you fill the information on this screen, you click Save and Continue. At this point, it will tell you your cost per credit. Then you click OK. Now you must tell us your phone number. And if you want, you can add your cell phone number. You can ignore this unless you want to put it in. This is the company that does your cell phone. Your date of birth, May 18, 1971. And I just had my 40th birthday a few days ago. And then now your citizenship country. This is where you have your passport. So in this case, my citizenship country is United Kingdom. I'm originally from England. You must confirm it, make sure you got it right. Then, this is your ethnic origin. Are you Hawaiian, or considered white, or African American, or Latino, etc., or Asian American? I'm actually white, but let's put that down. Marital status, if you're married or single, etc. This is just information we need for the registration of the university. And have you previously been accepted at any BYU? If you're a brand new student and you've never taken classes from any BYU, then you click no. If you are a teacher in an LDS school and you're already enrolled in the ITEP program, you can say yes here. Most of you will not be so. If you've already applied to BYU, then you will have a CES Net ID. Please make sure you type it in here if you have applied and got a CES Net ID. It's very important. You do not need to pay any attention to these. And then, this is very important, you must tell us if English is your first or native language. In this case, I'm going to say, no, it isn't. I'm going to save and continue. Then it's going to give me a page showing me the honor code, and we have to read this and make sure you understand it and make sure you're willing to abide by it. You will do a lot of videos in your online classes, and if you ever display conduct that is not in line with the standards of the church or the honor code, then you will not be able to take classes anymore from BYU Hawaii. So you say yes if you're willing to abide by the honor code, and then you click Save and Continue. Now at this point, because I said that English was not my first language, the system is now asking me to do my English test. So I can either do it here, or if I already did it, and I already emailed it, both the essay and the video, then I can just go down to here, and in the essay I will type, I already sent the essay and video to the email. Please type something like this, and then click on Save Essay. But if you want to do if you want to paste your whole essay in here, that is also fine. And then your video, if you can record your video now, but if you've already sent it, then you don't have to do anything else. If you know you've already sent your test, or if you do it here, then you just click on Please grade my English test. Okay, now it's waiting to be graded. So I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to sign out. And now I'm going to make sure my English test is graded, and then I will come back. Now I'm showing you the screen that the English grader will see. So they have a list of people who have asked for their tests to be graded. And so I see I'm there in the list, and I can click Load Student. And it shows me down there I have already sent the essay and video to the email. And then the grader will go and find the essay and the video, and they'll grade it and give you a level. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is a different number, but the actual score is from 1 to 6. 1 means very, very basic English, where they cannot really do any of our classes, but in some countries we have created basic beginner English classes, such as in Mongolia, and soon we will do that in other countries. If your level is 2, there are 1 or 2 classes you can take. If your level is 3, there are a few more, and you can take the intermediate EIL classes. But at 2, you can take the EIL Foundations classes. So 2 is Foundations, 3 is Intermediate 1, and then 4 is Intermediate 2. To be accepted to BYU Hawaii campus, you must pass Intermediate 2 classes. You must do EIL 227, 229, 229, and 223, and pass all 3 classes properly to be able to come to BYU Hawaii. So you really have to have a score of 5 before they allow you to come to campus. Because 4 is Intermediate 2, and when you pass Intermediate 2, then you progress to 5. And then 5, that would mean Advanced EIL on campus, but we don't have Advanced EIL online classes. But if you can pass Intermediate 2 level classes, then you will be able to come to campus. And then they will give you another test to make sure that that truly is your level. And if you are given a grade of 6, it means you will not need any EIL classes, and you pass out of EIL, and you can take any of our online classes. So I'm going to give myself a score of 4. Okay, and I'm going to sign out. Now I'm going to log in as the student that I just used for the application. Log in with the email address and the password I chose before. Now this time when I log in, it takes me to a new page because my English test was graded. And it says here my English level is 4, and I'm not enrolled in any summer classes, but I know I can sign up for first term, and these are the classes that I have access to. Each class, when you click on it, gives an explanation, and it will tell you if you're allowed to sign up for it. So here's the Book of Mormon classes. It says that it's a 2 credit hour class. The weekly expected workload would be 6 hours in a term, or in a semester rather, which means up to 12 in a term. The required English level in this case is 2. And it says, it gives me a description. And if I want to add this class, I click Add. And it's confirming with me that you recognize that you're expecting 6 hours of work each week in a semester. And I add a class. So now we see that over here it's added that class. And I'm going to choose another one, Introduction to Biology. It gives me information. It tells me it's a 3 credit hour class, which means 9 hours work per week maximum. And I can add that class. Now you see I have 2 classes here. I'm going to add another one, IDD 302. It tells me the information again. I add the class, I confirm, now I have 3 classes. Now it's telling me also my total cost, total credits, and the weekly expected workload. Now it's to be understood that some students, if your English is really good and you're a really fast worker and a very hard working student, it is possible that you can do it in less work. But this is kind of like a maximum or a typical amount of work it will take, especially if you're having to do a lot of studying with your English to do the classes. Now I can also drop this class if I want. So if I drop the IDD 302 class and it asks me am I sure, and I say yes, drop the class, now you see there's only 2 classes left. Okay, and it's changed my total cost. Then when I'm ready and I've decided all the classes I want to take, and I click on payment. And here it will give you instructions about how you ought to pay. Now you can't pay until you have a BYU Hawaii ID number. This will be sent to you in email. Not immediately, but as soon as our staff are able to do it, they will create your BYU Hawaii ID number and they will send it to you. Then you would be able to do your online payment. So it's telling you that in first term you need to pay $175. So you click on this and it will take you to a credit card payment system for a lot of people. In some countries we have payment systems that are different. In Mongolia there's a special system where you can pay into a local bank, and in some of the Polynesian countries you can pay into the local service center of the church. But in most cases you'll pay by credit card. And you have to make sure you tell which term. In this case it was first term 2011. Then you have to put in this ID number that we will send to you. You put in your first name, last name and first name. So this is your surname, then your first name. So in my case, Griffiths, Mike. Country, so I said China on my application. And then the amount, so this is $175. And then you tell it credit card. You click on continue. And now you must put in the information about your credit card, whether it's American Express, Discover, MasterCard or Visa, the name on the card, the credit card number again, the expiration date month, the expiration date year, the address for the card, and then if you're in America, then the state and the zip. Or for international addresses, regional, province and postal code, and then the country. And you make sure you put in a phone number and put in the code for your country before your phone number. And then your email address. That way you can get verification sent to you of the confirmation of the payment. Sometimes I have students find that this doesn't work the first time. Sometimes you just have to wait a day and do it again, but normally this does work. And you click on continue, and I won't do that because I didn't put in the information. But that's how you pay for your classes. Then once you've been added to your classes, then you'll receive an email inviting you to join the class. So that is in our instructor system. In fact, this is the wrong address, byoh.instructure.com. And this is after you have received your email. So I'm going to show you what it's like to receive an email. I'm going to invite the user I created to join a class and then see what happens. So I'm going to pause here. This is what the online classes look like. In this case I've signed in as a teacher, so I can add the student to the class. As a teacher I can click on the settings and users, and I'm going to add a new user. This is just to show you the process. So I'm going to add my email address. Oops. So that's the email address for the student, and what we do is we put in your name first. So I put in Mike Griffiths. I'm going to put in test. And I put the email student. When we do this, you'll receive an email. So I'm going to go to the Gmail account that I created, and we're going to see now that I receive an email. There you see, I received an email from Instructor Canvas that says course invitation. Now you might want to check in your junk mail or your spam mail folder, just in case. But I click on the email, and this is the link you need to click on, the one down here. You don't click on this one or this one, this long one is what you click on. So I click on this link, and also typically if we find it best if you work in Mozilla Firefox latest version, and or also Chrome works very well, latest version, and make sure Flash is up to date on your computer. So I'm going to click on this link. Okay, so it's taking me to this page where I'm going to put in my full name, or it already has my full name, and then I'm going to select my time zone, so make sure you select the time zone you live in, and I'm going to put in a password. This is a new password. This is one I'm creating, because I'm creating a user account. And then you type it in again, then I click on register. Okay, now I have access to my class. And to find my class, when I log on, I hover over courses, and then I see my class, and I click on it. Wow. Okay, now I'm in the class. And as a student now I see that I have a list of things to do, and then I also have this list of the whole class, all the activities. For each item it shows the date it is due, that it must be done by, and the points that it's worth. So the first thing I do in this class is I click on the first link at the top, and the Q means this is going to be a quiz. So I click on it, and in this case it's asking me to watch a video, so I click on the video and I watch it. When I'm done watching it, I look at these useful links if I need to update my Mozilla Firefox or get the latest Flash player for my computer. But when I'm ready, I take a quiz. Click on Take the Quiz. Come on, for goodness sake. And now I take the quiz, and I type in click on my answers. I'm just guessing. I submit the answers. Now tell me my score. Oh dear, I only got 1 out of 6. And then I click on Home. I click on the next thing. And then I just keep clicking on this assignment, then this, and I just keep following the schedule all the way down until I reach the end of the class. And that's the end of the class. That's how our classes are designed. And if you want to see your grades, click on Grades for this class over here on the left. And it tells me that I got 1 out of 6 for this quiz, but it will show you all your scores in the class so far. That's how you see your scores. That's how you use the class website. Click on Home to go back to the class. And if you're in several classes or more than one, hover over Courses and it will show you all your classes, and you can click on whichever class you need to look at. Thank you for watching and welcome to our classes. Let us know if we can help or if you have any problems. We're here to help. Mahalo.